All right, let's talk about this Jussie Smollett case for a minute. This Jussie Smollett case appears to be an absolute travesty of justice. You have a grand jury which indicts Jussie Smollett on 16 counts of making false statements effectively to police officers. And then you have this crazy DA suddenly come in and say, we will drop all charges in exchange for $10,000. Take a step back. If Aunt Becky or Felicity Huffman had come out and paid $10,000 to eliminate all of the charges against them in their USC case, there would be mass uproar all over the Twitter streets. People would be talking about how justice was for sale, how it was unacceptable. The left wing on Twitter would be in an outrage, perpetual indignation, right? Imagine this. What if Donald Trump had gotten indicted by a grand jury and charged with 16 felonies, and there was ample evidence that he was guilty, and then for $10,000, all 16 felony charges were dropped, and all of the case was sealed? Imagine the reaction that would ensue in left-wing Twitter, okay? My position is this is an affront to anybody who cares about the justice system, okay? 16 felony charges, and they have just disappeared in exchange for $10,000. I want to know what happened here. I want to know what they've got on the DA. I need to know this entire story. And by the way, there are lots of people who are Democrats who are asking this same question, including Rahm Emanuel, the current governor of the mayor of Chicago, and the police chief. This is an unbelievable outrage of a system. They are saying there's even more evidence against Jussie Smollett that has never gone public. If the local Chicago District Attorney's Office is declining to press this charge and indeed releasing all obligation because they don't consider Jussie Smollett to be a threat, then what I need to see happen is the federal government needs to come in and produce their own investigation, and they need to prosecute this case. You cannot send a message that you can manufacture a crime in this country, that you can monopolize hundreds of hours of investigative time, that you can make yourself a victim, and you can then allow that person to continue to claim that he did nothing wrong in his press conference and buy justice for only $10,000. This is not a banana republic. This is not a kleptocracy. This is not some Baltic state. This is not some African kingdom where if you have enough money, you can walk in and buy your way out of justice. When the grand jury indicts you facing 16 felony counts, you need to make sure that you have to answer for your transgressions. Now, you can talk about lenient treatment if he wants to plead guilty to one, he wants to avoid jail time, but guys, he is facing 50 plus years in prison. 50 plus years in prison, and he's just allowed to walk out with a $10,000 fine? $10,000 is nothing. He didn't even have to post his full $100,000 bail. He paid 10% of it, $10,000, and this is one of the most unbelievable things that I have seen in a long time in this country. This needs to stop, and there needs to be consequences for this behavior. We may even need to bring charges against the DA who made the decision to let these grand jury charges be tossed out the window in exchange for $10,000. I'm just saying, needs to happen.